We want the tongue up against the row of our top row of teeth to put the buccopharyngeal fascia under tension. Exhale, maintain tension. And then we would do the same thing. We would inhale and exhale while maintaining all of that tension. And while we were resting, let's continue with our exercise demonstration for exercises to help decompress the spinal column. And right now, I'm going to be demonstrating the S5-Coccyx ELDOA. The purpose of this exercise is to create space between the S5 and the coccyx. And with regard to this exercise, the nerve plexus that is most likely going to be involved is going to be the coccygeal plexus, and the nerve that's most likely going to be involved is going to be the coccygeal nerve. With regard to how this can manifest, if there is any type of compression, you can experience weakness in the coccygeus as well as pain or paresthesia in the perianal, which is the skin around the anus. With regard to the exercise, this is going to be a bilateral exercise, meaning we only need to perform it once, and we are going to be in a seated position. What we want to do for this exercise, we want to take our hands and we want to go into maximum lateral rotation, extension of elbows and wrists, and place our hands behind our head, and we want our arms almost vertical, so we should be leaning back slightly. From this position over here, at the hips, we want to flex the hips so that the knees are at 90 degrees, and we want the heels hip width apart. From this position, what we want to do is point the big toe up to the sky. We're going to go ahead and flatten the medial arch by pressing the medial arch down into the ground. We want to go into lateral rotation of the tibia, medial rotation of the femur. We are going to tuck the pelvis underneath us and press the coccyx toward our feet. And then at the spine, we want to maintain retroversion of the pelvis or a posterior pelvic tilt. We want to maintain a flat lumbar spine, a flat thoracic spine, retropulsion of the cervical spine by tucking the chin in. The crown of our head is going to be pushing away from our body with our eyes looking down at the floor to put the dura mater under tension. And for this one over here, what we want to do is we're going to take a deep breath in. We want to swallow, and as we swallow, we want to stick our tongue up against the roof of our mouth. That is going to put the buccopharyngeal fascia under tension. And on the inhale, we also want to activate the perineum. So imagine you're doing a Kegel. If you don't know what that is, imagine that you need to pee, but you're trying to stop the pee from coming out. So you inhale, do a Kegel, activate the buccopharyngeal fascia by swallowing and keeping the tongue up against the top row of teeth. And then you're going to exhale, maintain tension. You're going to inhale, maintain tension, exhale, maintain tension, and then you could relax. With regard to all of the steps, quickly recap. Maximum extension of elbow and wrists, maximum lateral rotation of shoulders. Take the arms behind your back. The arms are almost vertical. And at the legs, hip width apart. Knees to 90. We got the toe up, flatten the medial arch, go into lateral rotation of tibia, medial rotation of femur, and we want those knees touching. That's one thing that I forgot to mention on the last part. So those knees should be touching. And then retroversion of the pelvis by tucking the pelvis underneath us. Push the coccyx toward the feet. We got a flat lumbar spine, a flat thoracic spine, retropulsion of the cervical spine, crown of the head pushing away from our body. That way we have that axial extension, eyes looking down between our thighs to put the dura mater under tension. And then we inhale, we do a Kegel, we swallow, top row of teeth. We want the tongue up against the row of our top row of teeth to put the buccopharyngeal fascia under tension. Exhale, maintain tension. And then we would do the same thing. We would inhale and exhale while maintaining all of that tension. And after 1 minute, we can slowly come on out of the posture. And that is how we would perform the S5-Coccyx ELDOA. If you have any type of either neurological symptoms or any type of weakness or pain or paresthesia in any of those areas, like around the anus, you would go ahead and give the S5-Coccyx ELDOA a try. But that concludes all of the ELDOAs for today, and that concludes day 79 of the 80 Days to Your Dream Body course. Right now, our rest period is up, and it's time for the 10th and final set. That was just a tiny taste of what can be found in my members only section. If you enjoyed it, become a member for only $5 a month to get access to hundreds of member only videos.